When he was in jail, I still went to see them, and I still got the messages. Guys like 50, I do not think their father was there to teach them how to be a man, because that kind of behavior is not what a real man does. We do not do things like that. We do not follow trolls or get into silly drama. That is not the way we live. We do not bring people down when they are already struggling. Being jealous or full of envy is not the right way to live. If you give money to the right person, they will do the job, and someone will be gone. But when it happens, suddenly, nobody remembers anything. Let me ask you something. How much do you think it really costs to take someone's life? People are scared of 50, but what upsets me the most is how others react to what he does. I heard a guy on the sports radio today saying, "I feel sorry for anyone who goes against 50. And I sat there thinking, this is not the message people should be learning. Let us make one thing clear, 50 could not be Big Meech. Everybody wanted to be like Meech, and 50 wanted the same. He wanted that life, but he was not able to make it happen. He did not accomplish it. Just when you think 50 Cent's drama with Big Meech could not get any crazier, his old rival Benzino came in and made it even bigger. He is calling out 50, saying the real problem is not even that serious. It is just jealousy. Benzino says 50 has been a fan of Meech for years and has always tried to be like him. 50 tried to walk in Meech's footsteps and make a big name like him, but it did not work out. Now, even after 50 Cent called Meech a snitch, people still respect Meech. Benzino says 50 cannot accept that, and now he is losing control. Benzino's words have made many people think twice about what 50 Cent is really trying to do. Some fans are even saying Benzino might be right. But let us be honest, Benzino and 50 Cent have been against each other for a long time. So it is clear this is not only about Meech, and that is why some people are not sure who to believe. Some people say Benzino is just upset because Eminem and 50 Cent shut him down a long time ago, and he never fully came back from that loss. So the real question is, why is Benzino getting involved in 50 Cent's drama with Meech? What is he really trying to do? And most importantly, how did 50 Cent react after Benzino started talking about him? Let us talk about it. 50 already knew about the situation with Tammy Combs. It looks like Benzino is feeling left out of all the drama, so now he is trying to be part of 50 Cent's beef with Big Meech. He is saying that 50 used to be one of Meech's biggest fans, but started feeling jealous when he saw that he could never reach that level. If 50 was really a fan of Meech, then let us make one thing clear, he could never be him. Everybody wanted to be like Big Meech. Everybody wanted to be on the streets and do what Meech did. Whether that is the right way to think or not, that is a different talk. But one thing is sure, Meech was on a whole different level. Talk about that, but you can best be clear 50 wants to be a Big Meech, he just wasn't able to do it, and he didn't accomplish it, but guess what, Curtis, you accomplished something being a rapper, so just take that it wasn't in you to be a Big Meech, you didn't survive, you almost didn't survive that it wasn't in you, but he was a fan of admired Big Me, but that ain't even the whole story. Benzino also called 50 Cent out for being a straight-up hypocrite. He pointed out how 50 Cent had no problem making the BMF series about Meech's life when it helped him. People were already saying Meech might have snitched through federal informant Tammy Cowens, but 50 did not care back then. But now that Meech and Rick Ross are cool, suddenly, 50 has a problem with Meech being a snitch. He is quick to call him out. But when 50 wanted to make the show, he did not care about Tammy Cowens, right? Not only that, but he also put Meech's son in acting school and gave him the chance to play his own father. That was a big move. He did something really amazing. He is acting this way because of his own emotional issues. He is angry just because someone took a picture or did business with a person he does not like. Is this really how he handles things? Come on, bro, that is not how a grown man should act. He is a man, but his mind is stuck at 22 or 23. That is not how a mature person thinks. 50 is already 50 years old, so what is this behavior? It just does not make sense on so many levels. The bad blood between them goes way back to the early 2000s. It all started when Benzino went after Eminem. And everyone knows the rule, if you go against Eminem, you automatically have problems with 50 Cent too. The drama started in 2002 when the Eminem show was released. The Source magazine, where Benzino had control, only gave the album 4 out of 5 mics. Eminem was not happy about that at all, and that is when things really got serious. He felt like Benzino was trying to hold him back and did not respect his place in hip-hop. From there, it turned into a full-blown war. Benzino did not stay quiet and fired back with his own attacks. 2 diss tracks, but the one that really lit the fuse was Pull Your Skirt Up. In that track, he straight up called M a fraud, accused him of being a culture vulture, and even hit him with the ultimate disrespect, calling him the 2003 Vanilla Ice later on. Benzino doubled down in an MTV interview, saying he called Eminem a culture vulture because he had a problem with the machine and the double standards in hip-hop. Certain media outlets take to Eminem and look at him as the savior in hip-hop and the #1 in hip-hop, and do not. Benzino made it clear that the real creators of hip-hop deserved more respect. He said Eminem was just the face that the industry wanted to push. He put it like this: Eminem is just a decoration for the machine. Do you think I could act the way he does, grabbing my crotch and being wild? No way. But because of his skin color and the way he looks, America accepts it. In Pull Your Skirt Up, Benzino did not just call Eminem a culture vulture, he also questioned his toughness. He said Eminem was not built for real conflict and always needed his manager to step in for him. But Eminem was not going to stay quiet. He snapped back and things got intense. Eminem went full Slim Shady and fired back with 4 hard-hitting diss tracks, all aimed straight at Benzino. But that is when Benzino took things too far. He released another diss track called Die Another Day, and this time, he crossed the line by bringing Eminem's daughter, Haley, into it. Not only did he mention her by name, but he also made a terrible threat. He said she could end up like JonBenet Ramsey, the 6-year-old beauty queen who was sadly killed in her own home. Benzino even rapped that Haley was not safe, turning the feud into something much darker and more personal. Benzino took things even further with his lyrics, rapping, "No more daddy, better watch your back at the candy store, we messed up, resorted to plan B, play around, she ends up like JonBenet Ramsey." Later, he tried to explain himself, saying he was only giving Eminem a taste of his own medicine. He pointed out that Eminem had mentioned his son first in Nail in the Coffin and the Sauce, so in his mind, bringing up Haley was only fair. In another MTV interview, Benzino tried to make it seem like the whole situation was not that serious. He claimed it was never really about a personal fight with Eminem. According to him, his real problem was much bigger than just a rap feud. Benzino made it clear that his issue was never just about Eminem, it was about the bigger picture. He believed the industry was playing favorites and treating Eminem differently from other artists. "I saw it as a debate, just sharing my opinion," Benzino said. Hip-hop came from the streets, but now it has become mainstream and corporate. It gives life to so many people. When I first went at Eminem, it was not just about him, it was about the system behind him. The way media outlets praise everything Eminem does, but hold other artists to a different standard, that was my real problem. He stood by his words, saying that his fight was not personal, it was about fairness in hip-hop. Benzino claimed that Eminem had the freedom to rap about things that Black artists could never get away with. Eminem can talk about his struggles, hurting his mother, abusing his girlfriend, using drugs, but when Black and Latino artists try to share their pain, they do not get the same platform, Benzino said. "We have to make party music just to get radio play. The industry does not want our struggles to be heard, but Eminem gets to tell his story without any problem." This was not just a small argument. Between 2002 and 2004, Eminem and Benzino kept throwing shots at each other, and neither was willing to back down. Both sides kept dropping diss tracks, making the feud even bigger. At one point, their drama even got mixed into the whole 50 Cent and Ja Rule rivalry, making everything even more messy. But over time, things started to slow down. In 2005, Eminem made it clear he was done with rap beefs when he released Like Toy Soldiers. In the song, he talked about how these fights were pointless and how he wanted to focus on unity instead of non-stop drama. Benzino, however, was not ready to move on. In 2018, out of nowhere, he brought the beef back. Benzino said that if Royce or Eminem wanted to settle things, they could put on gloves, have a fair fight, and shake hands afterward to end the tension. He believed there was a lot of built-up anger that needed to be let out. At the same time, Benzino kept repeating that his issue with Eminem was not personal. He said the real problem was that nobody ever questioned Eminem about his controversial lyrics. He pointed out that even when Mike Tyson interviewed Eminem, he never asked him about it. Nobody ever talks about it, Benzino said. Nobody holds him responsible for anything he has done. Benzino said that no matter what happens, bloggers and podcasters always find a way to bring up Eminem. He claimed that Eminem was completely protected in the industry, saying, "I have never seen anyone more protected." To prove his point, Benzino talked about Eminem's old song Foolish Pride. Eminem recorded it in 1993, but it was never released until The Source leaked it in 2003. In the song, Eminem made disrespectful comments about black women, which made Benzino's argument even stronger. But when The Source exposed the track, Eminem defended himself, saying that Benzino was only doing it because he had a personal grudge against him. Eminem explained that Foolish Pride was something he wrote when he was just a frustrated and immature 15-year-old. He made it clear that the song did not reflect who he truly was as a person or an artist. "That tape was made out of anger, stupidity, and frustration when I was a teenager," he said. He admitted that he had just broken up with his African-American girlfriend at the time and reacted out of hurt emotions. "I was an angry, foolish kid, and I hope people see it for the mistake it was, not what someone is trying to turn it into today," Eminem explained. But even after all these years, in 2022, Benzino was still bringing it up, refusing to let the issue fade away. Benzino was still trying to stir things up and get a reaction. It all started when Money Man tweeted that he never listened to Eminem. Benzino jumped in and replied, "Nobody in my neighborhood did either." That one comment was enough to start trouble. A social media user called him out, telling him to stop talking from a distance and say it directly to Eminem. The fan wrote, "Say it to Eminem's face, I bet you will not. You are a poor excuse for a father and a human being." Benzino was not going to ignore that. He fired back right away and even tagged Eminem in his response. However, the post was later deleted. Benzino did not hold back. He wrote, "I will say it to his face, but he is scared, just like his weak fan base." He did not stop there. He kept posting more messages, calling out Eminem's fans before deleting them. He even went further by sharing his own address, daring anyone to come and confront him. "To all you stans, everyone knows you are the corniest and weakest fan base hip-hop has ever seen," Benzino wrote. "I have a restaurant in Atlanta, 5071 Peachtree Industrial Boulevard, Chamblee, Georgia. Stop hiding behind tweets and do something." Benzino did not stop there. He kept going, writing, "Pull up on me, you coward." In another post, he added, "I had left this alone, but since these weak stans still want to talk and hide, it is still forget Eminem. If you have a problem with me, do something about it. Nothing you have ever said has affected me. I know how to fight and I have big weapons, so pull up." By this time, Eminem was completely done with it. Benzino was basically arguing with himself. But 50 Cent? He saw the perfect moment to step in. 50 Cent wasted no time jumping in. In September 2022, he went on social media and started taking shots at Benzino and Young Buck, accusing them of being involved with trans women. That is when things took a wild turn. Videos of trans model and actress Shauna Brooks started spreading online, including recorded phone calls between her and Benzino. In one of the recordings, Benzino sounded frustrated, saying, "You do not look bad." "I do. You can never look bad because, in this world, you are not doing anything wrong. It would be wrong if I did. Can you not understand that?" In the call, Benzino tried to explain himself. "You do not look bad, Shauna. You look like a woman, just like any other woman. It is not about you, it is about how people see me." That is where the problem is. He struggled to find the right words. People will always bring up the fact that you are trans, but that does not change who you are or the good person you are. That is all I am saying. I am trying to figure this out. I do not want to be selfish. Since you are saying I am being selfish, maybe you are right. Maybe I have not been thinking about how this affects you too. Benzino admitted that people could be cruel, and he feared that if the rumors spread, his entire world would fall apart. But things did not stop there. Shauna Brooks fired back with a diss track aimed straight at him, making the situation even messier. And of course, stop. Just stop, please. The voice in the video sounded desperate. No. Okay. Just stop. Someone was begging, trying to calm things down. Give me the knife. I will call him, I promise. Just give me the knife. The tension in the video was intense, and 50 Cent did not waste any time. He posted the clip with a caption saying that Benzino's girlfriend, Ashley Bell, had called the police on him for allegedly putting his hands on her. Benzino was quick to respond. He denied everything and said the video was not real, it was just part of a movie. Benzino quickly tried to explain, but nobody believed him. Fans were sure he had pulled the classic, "I am going to hurt myself" move after his girlfriend tried to leave him. "First, I want everyone to know that I am okay," he said. "Second, I need people to understand that what they saw was not real. It was just a practice for a to-be movie. My girl was helping me read the script. That was just a scene from the movie, nothing more." But no matter how much he tried to explain, most people were not convinced. "I would never put my hands on a woman. Not now, not ever. That is something only cowards do, and I am not a coward. I also want to make it clear that I would never harm myself," Benzino said, trying to clear things up. "For everyone who was really worried, I appreciate it, but I am fine." Then, he turned his attention to 50 Cent. "Oh, and Curtis, thank you for all the free promotion. Keep posting about me, it is only helping. Go ahead and post this too if you want. By the way, I am in the gym lifting 315. What are you doing, Curtis? Anyway, happy holidays to everyone. Stay safe." But it was clear that this situation was far from over. Nobody was believing that excuse. Fans were sure that Benzino was just acting like he was going to hurt himself after his girlfriend tried to bring the police into it. Even though Benzino kept saying he was above 50 Cent's jokes, his actions were showing something different. A few months ago, he got angry at 50 Cent for making fun of Jay-Z because of his connection to Diddy. Benzino quickly stepped in to defend Jay-Z, saying that 50 Cent was just jealous and bitter. Once again, their never-ending fight was back on. "That is jealousy," Benzino said, making it clear he was not letting this go. "Man, I do not even feel like going backwards with this," Benzino said. "He is just a jealous and insecure man. A real confident person does not need to bring others down to feel better. That is something weak people do. We do not move like that." Then, he spoke about what it really means to be a man. "There are certain things about being a man, you know? I was lucky to have a father in my life. Even when he was in jail, I still visited him, and he still taught me lessons. But guys like 50 Cent, I do not think their father was around to teach them how to be a man, because that is not manly behavior." Benzino did not stop there. He said trolling is just a new word for something that has always been around. "In the hood, we do not call it trolling, it is just not a good look.